Listen up closely, because this could change your dating life today. If she's sending mixed signals, there's one single action that will completely flip the script and make her start chasing you like never before. It's like you're lost in a fog of uncertainty, trying to decipher her every text, every look, every silence. You know what's worse? You're exactly where she wants you to be. Confused, anxious, checking your phone every 5 minutes, waiting for a reply that never comes the way you want it to. Pay attention now. You're not the only one going through this. Most guys are stuck in this vicious cycle of trying to figure out what she really wants. You send a text. She takes hours to reply. When she does, it's something vague like maybe or we'll see. You make plans for a date. She cancels last minute. You try to get closer, she pulls back. You pull away, she sends a "Hey stranger" text. Tired of this yet? The problem is you're playing her game by her rules, and as long as you keep doing that, you're going to keep losing. Every time you try to decipher those mixed signals, you lose a little more of your energy, your confidence, your value as a man. Even worse, while you're tearing your hair out trying to figure out what she wants, she's testing out other guys who aren't wasting time with games. Guys who know exactly what to do when a woman starts with this mixed signal dance. Now answer me this. How many times have you found yourself rereading old texts trying to find a clue? How many nights have you lost sleep wondering if you should send another text or wait? Enough of that, man. I'm going to tell you a secret few men know. After over a decade studying the dynamics of attraction and mentoring thousands of men, I've identified patterns that separate the men who attract from the victims of confusion. And what I discovered is ultra rare, something almost no one realizes. Mixed signals aren't about you, they're about her testing your value. Get the difference? When a woman sends mixed signals, she's not necessarily uninterested. In fact, often it's exactly the opposite. She's interested, but wants to see if you're the kind of man she thinks you are. A high-value man doesn't chase after crumbs of attention. So now I'm going to teach you the 3C protocol of inverted attraction. It's a system I developed that works like a beacon, dispelling all this fog of uncertainty. There are only 3 steps, but each one is crucial to turn the game in your favor. Ready for this? First C, clarity. You need to be crystal clear about what you want. No sitting on the fence, no games. If she sends a confusing text, you respond with absolute clarity. For example, she says, "Maybe we'll see each other sometime soon." You reply, "Cool, let me know when you're sure. I'll be busy this week." See the difference? You're not begging, you're not trying to convince her. You're being clear about your position. You have a life, you have other options, and you're not going to wait indefinitely. This taps into something deep in female psychology. Suddenly she realizes you're not like the other guys who are drooling over any crumb of attention. You're different. You have standards. Does that make sense to you? Second C, control. After establishing clarity, you need to regain control of the situation. And here's the secret few apply. Control doesn't mean being controlling, it means controlling your own actions and reactions. When she sends mixed signals, you don't react emotionally. You act strategically. If she cancels a date, you don't complain or try to reschedule immediately. You simply say, "No problem, let me know when your schedule is clearer," and move on with your life. You know what happens next? Most of the time, she'll propose a new date herself. Why? Because you've shown that you're not desperate, that you have other things going on in your life, that her time with you is a privilege, not a right. Studies show that women are biologically attracted to men who demonstrate abundance, not scarcity. When you act with control, you're signaling that you have options, that you don't need her to be happy. Can you feel the power in that? Third C, consequence. This is the most powerful of the 3. Your actions need to have clear consequences. If she continues with mixed signals after you've been clear and demonstrated control, you need to be willing to pull away. And I'm not talking about creating drama or ultimatums. I'm talking about simply reducing your availability. She takes 3 hours to reply, you take 6. She cancels a date. You don't propose another for at least 2 weeks. This is where the magic happens. When she realizes she could actually lose you, the game flips. Suddenly she starts reaching out to you more. Her texts become clearer, more direct. She starts proposing dates. She starts showing real interest. Why? Because now she understands that you're not just any guy who's going to stick around no matter what she does. You have value and you act in accordance with that value. Are you starting to see the full picture? But hold on, there's an important difference you need to understand. Not every mixed signal is a test. Sometimes it's genuine disinterest. And you know how to tell the difference? It's simple. When it's a test, there's always a pattern of drawing close and pulling away. She disappears for 2 days, then texts asking how you are. She cancels a date but suggests another day. She takes a while to reply, but when she does, the conversation flows. But when it's genuine disinterest, the pattern is only pulling away. The replies get shorter and shorter. The intervals get longer and longer. There's no initiative from her at any point. See the difference? And here comes the power of scarcity in attraction. When you become scarce, when you're not always available, when you have other priorities, you automatically become more valuable. It's basic psychology. We value what we can lose more. Now think with me. How many times have you seen this happen? A guy who was always available for a woman, always replying right away, always saying yes to everything. And what happened? She lost interest. On the other hand, that guy who has his own life, who sometimes can't go out because he has other commitments, who takes a little while to reply because he was busy, that guy keeps her interest alive. Does that make sense now? I'll tell you a quick story so you understand better. Imagine you're at a busy bar on a Friday night. The music's loud, the atmosphere is buzzing with energy. You exchange glances with an attractive woman across the bar. She smiles. You smile back. You approach, chat for a bit, get her number. So far, so good. But then the mixed signals start. She replies to your texts with haha or maybe. When you suggest a date, she says she'll see and let you know. The average guy would get anxious, send more texts trying to keep the conversation going. But you, applying the 3C protocol, do things differently. You send a clear text. It was good meeting you. When you decide about that coffee, let me know. Have a good week and move on with your life. 2 days later, who texts you? She does. Hey, what's up? What are you doing? And now the game has flipped. She's reaching out to you. She's showing interest, and you're in control. Can you visualize this happening to you? But I know what you must be thinking now. But what if she's really not interested and I push her away for good? Great question. And the answer is even better. This strategy serves precisely to filter out who's really worth your time. Think with me. If she pulls away because you showed you have value and aren't desperate, she was never interested enough for what you deserve. You save time and energy to invest in women who truly value you, women who don't play games, women who know what they want and go after it. Isn't that better? Remember one fundamental thing. Attraction isn't logical, it's emotional. And emotions are created through actions, not words. When you act with clarity, control, and establish consequences, you're creating the right emotions in her. You're creating respect, you're creating admiration, you're creating desire. And most importantly, you're creating urgency. She understands that if she doesn't act soon, she could lose you forever. Now pay close attention to this part because it's crucial. The mistake most men make is trying to use logic to solve an emotional problem. They try to convince the woman that they're a good option. They send long texts explaining their feelings. They make dramatic declarations. They buy expensive gifts. None of that works. You know why? Because attraction isn't negotiable. Either she feels it or she doesn't. And the only way to make her feel it is through your actions, not your words. When you apply the 3C protocol, you're communicating on a much deeper level. You're saying, I'm a man of value who doesn't need to chase anyone. If you want to be part of my life, great. If not, life goes on. Powerful, isn't it? And there's one more thing almost no one realizes. When you act this way, you're not just changing the dynamic with her, you're changing yourself. You're genuinely becoming a higher value man. You start believing in yourself more, your confidence increases, your demeanor changes, your energy changes, and that attracts not only her, but other women too. It's a virtuous cycle. The more you act with value, the more value you have. The more value you have, the more women are attracted. The more women are attracted, the more options you have. The more options you have, the less desperate you become. See how it all connects? Now I'm going to give you a few more practical tips to implement this in your daily life. First, set clear rules for yourself. For example, never reply to a text immediately. Wait at least as long as she took to reply to you. Second, always have something more important to do than thinking about her. It could be your job, your hobbies, your friends, your gym. The important thing is that she realizes you have a complete life without her. Third, never ever, under any circumstances, show irritation or frustration with her mixed signals. That's exactly what she expects from average guys. You're not average. You're above that. Does that make sense to you? I'm going to be even more direct now. If you keep doing what you've always done, you'll keep getting the same results. You'll keep being the guy who's confused, anxious, chasing women who don't show clear interest. Or you can choose to change today. You can choose to apply the 3C protocol and watch your dating life transform. You can choose to be the man women chase, not the one who chases. The choice is yours. But let me warn you about one thing. This knowledge is rare. Most men will never discover this secret. They'll remain stuck in the cycle of confusion and frustration. You have the chance to get ahead, to stand out, to be different, but you need to act. Knowledge without action is worthless. So what are you going to do? If you've made it this far, congratulations. You've already shown more commitment to your growth than 90% of men. But now comes the most important part, the implementation. Start today. The next time you receive a mixed signal, remember the 3 C's. Clarity, control, consequence. Don't react emotionally. Act strategically, and always remember, you're not here to decipher riddles, you're here to attract women who truly want to be by your side. Women who value your time and attention. Women who don't play games. Come on, man. Time is passing, and every day you postpone this change is another day living in confusion and frustration. The time to take control is now. You are the beacon that dispels the fog. You are the safe harbor she wants to reach. But only if you act like it. Only if you demonstrate through your actions that you are different, that you have value, that you are not desperate. Do this now, before you forget. Like this video and subscribe to the channel for more strategies that transform your dating life. Because at the end of the day, the only thing separating you from the man you want to be are the actions you take today. The fog is clearing. The path is clear. Now it's up to you.